So her husband's a sex offender, and they have a daycare there. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there's a video going around of a woman who is disabled. I believe she has MS, which is pretty terrible, honestly. And she's homeless. She's been sleeping in her car for, I think it's around 2 or so years now. So she was in the parking lot of a church at night when they were closed. Parking lot's empty, to sleep in her car safely. And in the morning, they were knocking on the door and saying they're gonna call the cops on her and all this stuff. So she even goes inside to explain to them what's going on, right? And it's just a huge mess. So if you haven't seen it, go look at that video. Yeah, you'll see. So anyway, in the video, you will see that, she's recording the interaction. One woman starts recording her back, and then there's another that's behind a desk, and you can see the nameplate, and it says Janice. So some people did the things they do, the little internet researching, and found out Janice's husband is a sex offender. And the type that he was charged with means it was pretty young. It wasn't, 15, 16, not that that's any better, because clearly it's not, but it's even worse than it seems, right? And I bring up the age only because in the same building as the church, not a separate wing or anything, exact same building, there's a daycare that's run out of there. So children. So I found out about the daycare by just Googling the address. So the church's name is Second Reformed Church, and it is in Kalamazoo, Michigan. So I looked up that address, do some reviews, let people know what's going on, if they're looking for a new church. And what I found is there's actually 4 businesses under that address. They're all the same building though. And I also looked up the records to see who owns that building. And it's owned by a pastor, not Janice's husband. But it is owned by a pastor of that church, all of it. And the other businesses that come up are Classis of Southwestern Michigan and Bronco Campus Ministries. Okay, and then the daycare. The daycare's name is Little Scholars Learning House. Now, I've posted about this on another creator's video, just saying, hey, they have a daycare too, because a lot of people weren't aware of that. And I've had several people respond to me saying, well, they're not part of the church. They're a separate thing. And while that's true that the owner of the business is not directly affiliated with the church, it's the same building, it's the same owner. As far as I'm aware, she's also a church member, or was at one time. And if you look up the license number, which I looked it up, you can see anything that the state has looked into with them, right? Because you have to file for a license, and childcare is you have to do a lot of things, right? And within a month of them opening, or at least from the first listing of the license under that name, within a month, they already had a corrective action plan, which means they violated some law. Okay, probably someone complained about them about something that happened. So that was in 2022, I believe, early 2022. I'll pull up the screenshots in the video. And anyway, so they've had that protect. Okay, hold on. Okay, I can start again. Hold on. Okay. So that corrective action plan, like I said, was in a month of the first listing I saw under that business name with that owner. And then there's been 2 or 3 other times since then that they've had to have another one put in place. These are brand new ones. And they also had a special investigation. Now, that is more than just a complaint. That is more than just, oh, you violated some small thing, you didn't file it right or whatever. That is something serious was accused. Okay. I cannot find the actual results of the report. You can click on the link under the child care website or whatever, where you could look up child cares. And I try to click on it and nothing comes up. I can't get to it. It is the Michigan government website. Like, it's legit a link. All the screenshots I got from there, but they might have changed like the link address or something. So I can't see what the report says. What I've heard from people that actually were using that daycare and had issues with them, apparently the daycare closed down for a while because of these allegations. And again, I don't know exactly what the allegations are. It could be abuse, it could be racism, it could be many things. I'm not saying that it's directly related to Janice's husband, right? But it could be also, because I don't know. But apparently they closed for a while, but they appealed it and they did get reopened. Does that mean they found nothing wrong? I mean, it could, but it could also mean they just didn't have enough evidence, right? So what I have to say to people that are saying, well, it's something different, it's something different. They are doing bad things on their own, okay? You don't get 3-4 correction action plans if they don't find something you've done wrong. Like the special investigation, maybe they didn't do something wrong, right? Maybe they found they didn't do something wrong. But they did other times, or they wouldn't have had a plan in place. So that brings me to where I started, right? Janice's husband is a sex offender of a young child. I don't know all the details of that either. Just see the charges, okay? People say he doesn't go to the church. I don't know if I necessarily believe that. Regardless, she knows. It's public knowledge. She went to court. She's still with him. And there are children in the same building with a woman who is okay with people being offenders, being in a relationship with someone that's an offender. That is not a place that I would feel safe for my children to go. I don't care if she's not officially the church or officially affiliated, okay? She knows what's there. She also has had multiple violations, and it's just, to me, it's not safe, okay? I don't know. What do you guys think? Like, am I crazy here? Am I canceling for no reason? Which someone did comment under my comments, so I bring that up for a point. But I just don't get it, okay? They're going to protect the offender, okay? Protect the woman who's had multiple violations and a special investigation, but not feel bad for the disabled woman who receives SSI, which, by the way, is less than $1,000 a month to live on, who was just trying to freaking sleep. Like, am I crazy? Okay, so anyway, let me know what you think. Now, this is the part where I'm going to put in a little ad of a product that helps my videos get out, the ones I want to share information about. So you don't have to stay at this point. That's done with the story. But if you want to stay and listen to it, that'd be cool. Click on the link, look around. That kind of helps too. Like, you don't have to buy anything, obviously. But anyway, so I got this B12 supplement, and I already opened it. So this is just the box. And right away, I thought something was really cool. I don't know if you can see this very well, but like, that's the chemical structure of it. And for anyone that doesn't know, I'm studying to go into pathology, so organic chemistry. I've had to draw these structures. So I just thought that was cool. And then I have been using the drops for, it's only been a couple of days, but I already take B12. So I just replaced this with my other B12. And I haven't really noticed much of a difference, but I don't have a lack of what I was getting with my previous supplement, if that makes sense. So, and it actually surprisingly tastes really good. It's this one is berry flavor, but it actually tastes really good, and I'm super sensitive to taste. So anyway, give it a try. Link will be in here somewhere.